Hello guys, today I'll discuss how to conduct regression analysis using LM function. In this example, I'll just use one independent variable and one dependent variable. That is, I'll conduct simple regression using the LM function. I'll also recommend you go you search in help section this function and type LM and then enter, and then you will have this R documentation page where there's very beautiful information about LM function is provided. So and the formula, where what things are default in the formula, but we'll use a very simple version of this LM function here. So what we do in doing regression, we should have some idea about our data set, what data set we are having. So as we are already familiar about the data set iris, and we have variables like petal length, petal width, sepal width, and the species, which is a factor variable. So we'll calculate the relationship we'll find out the relationship between the petal length and sepal length. So whether the petal length predict sepal length or vice versa. So we'll take this example and we conduct regression. So what we do, we take petal length as a dv and sepal length as a iv, independent variable. So let now quickly have a look at how this LM function works. So we have to write LM, and in bracket we have to specify the variables. First we have to specify the dv, and then we have to use this sign, tilde sign, shift button, and there's a button beneath ESC, escape button. So you have to use this sign, and then you have to specify your IV, then comma, and after that you have to specify your data set. For in our case we have iris data set. So I'll now do this with iris data set. So what I do, I type LM and then start a bracket, and my dependent variable is sepal length. Okay, so this is, say, PETA, sorry, let me type IRIS dollar, and let me select my dependent variable, this petal length, and then let me use the sign, tilde sign, and then I'll specify my independent variable, that is sepal length, and then I will specify my data, which is iris, IRIS, and we can run this command and it will calculate different values for this regression. And it is very good strategy to save this calculation as a as some value, giving this as some name, and like we can say. And what I do, I give this an object name, my regression, and I'll assign a name. Okay, let me type my my. So what I did, I gave this whole equation, this whole calculation, a name, my reg, and let me run this command. Okay, so now what I can do, I can just ask for the summary of my reg. For example, I type SUMMARY and type my REG, and my reg is basically this whole calculation, this whole thing. So now I'm running summary, and it will produce the result of this regression. So now quickly have a look at this annotation at the results. Quickly have a look at this output, and I'll annotate this result. So first thing we'll do, we'll look for the f value, and we see the f value is this much, which is 468, and we see the significance of f value is significant, p value is much less than 0.05. So we can say, okay, our model is acceptable, and we move forward to other things, like I move forward to coefficient table, and here we find the independent variable, which is iris dollar sepal length. Basically it is sepal length, and we have to check whether this relationship was significant or not, and it is clear here that it is significant, because this value is 2 divided by 10 to the power minus 2 divided by 10 to the power 16. And we can also look at these stars. These stars says, okay, this is way less than 0.0005001. So we can say that this relationship is statistically significant. And now look at the value of this coefficient is positive, so we can say the relationship between these two variables is positive, both move in the same direction. And other thing which we can look at is the multiple r squared, which is r squared, which is 0.76, and we can say it is like 76% of the variation in the dependent variable can be explained by the independent variable. So pretty high in social sciences. And other thing which we can look at is residual value, which is like here we have minimum, maximum, and median. So, and we already have discussed what is residual, or if you have any query you can just ask me in next class. So we can talk about that later. So this was a quick overview of how to conduct the regression analysis and how to like understand the output, what are different things in this output. Okay then, take care.